Hi guys, welcome to Strength Reversed. My name is Amy if we haven't met before. Welcome, thank you for joining me today. I am so excited about the seasons changing. It's finally autumn, and here in Florida we are actually having a little bit of an autumn. The days are crisp. I was going to go outside and film amongst the Halloween decorations, which my son put up yesterday. He made it till October 3rd. In our house, the rule is you have to wait till October for Halloween decorations, and you can't put up Christmas decorations until December, okay? Let's not go nuts. So while I was raking pine needles out of the driveway, he was putting up Halloween decorations, and he did a fantastic job. So I was going to go out and film amongst the graves because this is the 31 days of spooky. But it is raining out, so I decided to stay inside where it's not so spooky. So this is a challenge hosted by Corvin Green at Tail Raven Tarot. Of course, I will link her original video below. And I'm just jumping in here for day 5, which is working with the Dark Goddesses, or the Dark Goddess. I'm not sure if it's singular or plural, but equally awesome. I'm not going to be able to do all 31 days, but there are some of the titles that are calling to me, and so I'm going to put my 2 cents in. When I first started thinking about the Dark Goddess, I really thought about, I had talked about the Empress in my Tarot Spiral series and really discussed the Divine Feminine in its entirety, which is a creator, but also along with that comes the Divine Feminine as the destroyer. And that, I think, is something that's scary for a lot of people, and what the Dark Goddess is about. So one of the Dark Goddesses that I personally work with, and when I say work with, I mean I work with them kind of as a guide, okay? This is Hecate. I'm not sure what deck this card came from. It's not a tarot deck. But as you can see, Hecate has 3 sides of her face to represent maiden, mother, and crone. And Hecate is the wise woman. She is the crone aspect of the triple goddess. And, you know, when she first showed up for me, I was a little bit insulted, like, moi, a crone? I'm not that old, but I think whenever we move into new phases of our lives, that is Dark Goddess energy, because anytime you bring in the new, the old has to move out of the way. And this is a basic principle in everything. In, you know, for example, feng shui, you have to physically make room for things that you want in your life. So if you want a new wardrobe, you need to clean out your closet to physically make room for new clothes. If you want, to attract a partner, you have to make room for that in your life. So you need a bed that's big enough for 2. You need 2 pillows. You need 2 nightstands. You need to have a space for another person in your life on every level. And where was I going with that? Oh, destruction. Okay. So it's not that Hecate is destructive, but you can see that she's at a crossroads here, and she is about leaving things behind and change and decisions. And, you know, when I work with her, she kind of helps me go into dark places. So, facing fears, I guess, is what I would say about her. And I find that, yes, scary, but also very liberating, because I think as you get older, especially for women, it's kind of like you care less and less about other people's opinions. Yes. You kind of let go of attachments that you don't need. Another card that immediately popped into my mind thinking about a dark goddess was the Death card in the Mott Tarot. And this depicts the goddess Horus, who birthed the universe. She's like a cow goddess. She's often depicted with a cow head. And she also, I guess, accompanies us not only in birth, but she is also a death goddess, and she's connected to the underworld. And so these cow or bull skulls are not, instead of being connected to the masculine, they are connected to the divine feminine, because they do represent the womb and fallopian tubes. So they look like a female reproductive system. And so it is symbolic of birth, but also she is someone who helps us through transitions and through dark times and through the underworld. This is the Death card from the Santa Muerte Tarot. This is Santa Muerte, and she is depicted as being pregnant. And I think this is, for me, the Death card, it just makes sense for the Death card to be female, because, in all death cards, there's always a flower or a butterfly or something that is signifying the inkling of new life coming out of what is being destroyed, or a new beginning coming out of what is ending. And so when I work with dark goddesses, that is the energy that it brings forward. Yes, it can be disconcerting. It can be scary. It can be uncomfortable. But as I've gotten older and connected, I guess because I'm a Scorpio, I just feel like that death and regeneration kind of cycle seems very intuitive to me, seems very natural, no less painful or difficult. But as I've gotten older, I find that I don't fear change as much. I've learned that in a lot of cases, I can see it as something that is exciting. Within reason. Like, there are some things that, I don't want to experience. And, but, and the older I get, the more I think I destroy things on my own with intention. I bring certain things to a close. I remove certain people or situations or beliefs from my life on purpose, intentionally. And so I think that energy is dark goddess energy. But there is a connection to the lunar cycles that women have, and the dark of the moon is part of that cycle where it's just not visible. And this to me is an important but sometimes overlooked aspect of magic, or just the magical part of life. Yes, we only want to deal with the happy, easy things, and we want to keep it positive. And but I think the dark goddess can be positive. It's not a negative thing. It's just, she's misunderstood. She's misunderstood. Okay. I like her. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Well, I don't know when the next 31 days of spooky is going to be, but I'm really enjoying this. So thank you, Corbin. And make sure you like or subscribe so you can see all of the days of spooky. And go check out Corbin's topics too, because there's some really good topics. The one that I missed out on was past lives, and so I think I'm going to go backwards and do a past lives video. Okay, bye.